Due to the ignorance of our host, parental discretion is advised.
Oh, you clapped. I mean, we're going.
Yeah, it's for them to get the picture because they won't see this for us.
What do you mean?
They get a visual picture of this.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the Beehive, episode 254.
You're really good at pretending there's people actually. Well, because there's people out there, but
There's
you're
people
really
out there, dude. There's people.
pretending that people are out there.
But also, they
listening.
might just turn it on and they just turn around, right?
They might do like turn it on and turn around and cook, like I do. That's my favorite thing: cooking, drinking beer, and listening to podcasts or doing laundry.
But do you have to watch it though, or you just listen to it?
If it's Rogan, I'll put it on my phone.
But I'm saying it's audio or it's visual.
I never watch podcasts. That's stupid.
He's leaving, ladies and gentlemen.
That's time for that. No, I will like Rogan. I always put it on my phone, and like only because when Jamie pulls something up,
Yeah.
then you can watch it. When we had a producer, one of the 17 that we had, I could see why you would pull it up because we would always pull up and talk, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's when it was fun.
So so two producers said see ya. You're like, yeah, see ya.
Yeah. No.
It was fun to pull shit out though.
No, but yeah, that's when I listen to a podcast or watch a podcast is when I can actually, when they're pulling something up visually.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, I just always listen to them.
I guess it's the same for me. Like if I'm at home and I have it, and I want to, like when I come home and I'm having dinner, I'm usually watching one. It's got to be a shorty because you don't sit down for 3 hours.
But do you find yourself sometimes doing that? That's a good podcast. You'll eat your food and you just stick with it. You're like, well, I'm not going to turn this off now. This is pretty interesting.
Then I'll just move over to the bedroom or whatever, and I just have it there while I beat off.
Why you do? You have a work phone now for podcasts and the personal phone.
Just like beating off, listening to the Uinta Basin. Whatever happened to that guy?
They still around?
I think he hasn't recorded in a hot second.
I haven't seen one in a minute. Was it the season? Is that what it is? I hear there's a few dipping out.
So, according to Becca Hayes, she's recording. She just hasn't put anything out. Like, yeah, but those recordings you have to pay for.
Really? You have to pay for those? Oh.
I mean, like, OnlyFans. Quinstopher, I guess he's
dipping out. He's just taking a break.
Done for a second.
Taking a break. That's probably all you should say right now.
The Salties.
Yeah,
true. Salties came to an end. Hard Talks.
True.
Came to an end. The Lake Talk, they come to an end about once every 2 months.
Yeah, and then
they pick it up again.
With one more episode. I mean, maybe that's the way to do it. Like, record when you can and when it's convenient and when the passion's there. Because I'll just be honest with you, the weekly is tough.
Yeah.
It's fucking tough.
Yeah.
It's tough it's tough when it doesn't put food on the table, right? It's definitely a hobby.
Yeah.
It's a fun hobby. But I think if you were making $300,000, $400,000 a year, different story, right?
Yeah, for sure. We wouldn't be going anywhere. Or you wouldn't be going anywhere. What a way to close the...
Sunday morning, where it all started.
I was wondering if you did that on purpose.
No, it's just where it kind of fit. I mean, lo and behold, we were here Thursday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
To try and record this, and we got here, and I was ready to spit fire on the greatest podcast anybody's ever heard. It would have been legendary. Spotify would have gave me that contract at my front door, and then somebody forgot the SD cards.
One SD card.
All in all, though, never really had any technical fucking difficulties.
No.
Knock on wood, right?
Yeah, I don't. That was like the first time in this whole time we've been doing this. And I brought it here. It's just the little small one ended up in the thing in my computer. So I was like, oh, whatever.
But yeah,
Although this is why the idea of you and I turns me on, because we sat here and we podcasted
we did.
without recording, and we were laughing our ass off.
Yeah, we did. We had a few beers, hung out for half hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Just shooting the shit.
And then Justin's like, well, I gotta go put kids to bed. Hey, how about this? I went to see Natasha Leggero
How was it?
last night.
Did she have a little skirt on?
Dude, she is 5 feet tall.
Yeah, I knew she was really little.
You know how little she is? Trey is taller than her.
Oh, really?
She is tiny and petite.
Yeah.
He's still a little hottie. You can see a little father time there,
Yeah.
but she's still a little hottie.
How old is she?
I don't know.
What'd you guess? Remember we were talking about producers and why you would want to watch this podcast?
I'm gonna say 44.
You say 44?
Yeah.
So you think she's older than us? I would say she's 40. $49. Holy fuck.
God damn.
Well, I guess father time. I guess you can
Yeah,
see
you,
that now.
you see the posters, you're like, oh, you don't
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't look like that.
That was a
anymore.
couple years
She's
ago,
still
huh?
cute though.
Yeah.
She's still cute. She's still very cute. But
She's funny?
she is like, she is funny. But it was, she made it clear. She came out and she was like, I haven't been doing stand up in a hot second. So she's kind of picking it up again. She has
She was just on Rogan.
She has a bunch of notes.
Just on Rogan.
Natasha Leggero?
Yeah, like a couple months ago.
Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but podcast. I mean, she has a podcast. Podcast is different, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, but when somebody goes to Rogan, if they're
Promoting
not
something.
a friend, they're most of the time they're promoting something.
Promoting
Right?
something. So yeah, she came up and did her thing. She had a bunch of notes, and she said, "Hey, I want to try some new jokes with you guys." We're like, "All right, cool." Now I ended up going with Billy Boyd,
Oh.
our good old friend Billy Boyd, which lives like 10 minutes away from here.
So he's like, when there's nobody else around.
Yeah, he's a filler.
Yeah, he's the filler.
He's the
right?
fluffer. Yeah.
Yeah, good for him. At least you can count on him, right?
Yeah.
Good old reliable Billy. Good old reliable William.
I told him, in fact, Thursday,
Why doesn't he do that? Why doesn't he sit in here?
we got some. We talked about some things. But Thursday, remember you left the office, and so I was like around the time of doing this, I was like, well, I don't know if he's doing this or if you were even coming. And so I called him and I said, hey, you wanna do this? He just moved here, like he lives in Bountiful now. He's like, oh, I'm 10 minutes away from here now. I was like, cool. But no, but he came over, or he came with me. We went some. We sat right in the front. Trey was there. He opened and hosted. Keith went out of his way to come and shake my hand. That was kind of cool. He was like, "Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?" I was like, he tapped me. I'm like, "Oh, hey, shit." But we sat on the front, like I always do, right? So we have the two, and then there was, because there's rows of 5 seats, so 2 us, and then there was one in the middle empty, and then a couple. As we're sitting there, we're just about to start. They already took our orders, whatever.
What'd you order?
Chips and salsa and pretzels.
So that's your go-to.
My go-to.
Continue.
So then the guy came over, the one of the staff guys, and he goes, "Hey, is that seat taken in the middle?" And we're like, "No." He goes, "Okay, I want to bring one guy." And I said, "Okay, cool." We step out. This one guy comes in. He sits there the entire time he's there, because they already took our orders,
Right.
right? So we're drinking, we're having a shit. He's just doing this. He's like, and then he can't stay still. And I'm sitting and I look at Billy. I was like, "What the fuck is going on with this guy?" He goes, "I don't know." Then he taps me on the shoulder, and I'm like, "What's up?" He goes, "Hey, do you mind getting up? I gotta go order something." I'm like, "Well, you don't go order something. They'll come to you. Like the lady will come back to see if we're okay, and then when she sees you, say, what do you need?" Oh, okay. He stays there and he's like tapping his phone, but we haven't started, right? So the TV's going. So he's like tapping his phone. He's like doing some Snapchats and shit. And then he just like he won't stay still to the point that like then I'm starting to get pissed off. I'm like, just chill, dude. And he taps me on the shoulder again. I'm like, what's up? And he goes, hey, do you guys mind moving? I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I was like, you just sat down.
You didn't say that to him though. You said,
No, I didn't. But I'm like, no, I didn't say of course. I just turned. It was so funny because I turned around the building and I said, hey, and I did something like this, and he thought I was saying, you want some chips or something? So I turned around and I'm like, hey, and he goes, no, I'm good. I'm like, no. I'm like, this asshole wants to get out. He goes, oh, okay. And then we stood up. He gets out. He takes like 15 minutes, and I'm just like, I'm hoping he left because I mean he's already fucking driving me nuts. Then he comes back. I'm like, fuck. Sits by us again. We stand up. He sits down. I kid you not, dude. It was Trey. There was another girl they opened up to. And then Natasha Leggero came up. 10 minutes into Natasha Leggero. I'm like, and I'm up close, right? So I'm looking at it. And I swear to you, dude, I feel this. And I'm like, I turn around. He's passed out in my shoulder. Like this. Like blacked the fuck out. And I looked at him and I bumped him with my shoulder. I'm like, and he goes, and he looks at me and he starts getting pissed. I'm like, are you okay, dude? He goes, and I just like, annoyed. I didn't even wait for the answer. I'm like, are you okay, dude? And I just turn around and he's like, yeah, I'm okay. And I looked at him and he looked at me like he's pissed. I'm like, you're not about to do a fucking scene right now, are you? I was like, whatever. I didn't pay attention. I just kept looking. All of a sudden, he turns around and he starts going down like at the center like this. He's just
oh, he's fucking.
And I'm like,
he was flying.
I tap a Billy. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this guy? And so the same staff guy came up and he goes, hey, and he's like, hey, just, if you don't wake up, we're gonna fucking get you out of here. He goes, okay. Not even 10 minutes, dude. So on my shoulder again. So, and I'm like, oh, dude, it is so fucking frustrating.
I would have gave him a fucking elbow right.
So I tapped him again. I'm like, dude, you need to get out of here. And he goes, no, I'm good. Dozed out again, and then the fucking staff guy says, hey, you're going the fuck out. It's like, just get out.
It was high on pills or heroin.
Something, dude. Because he sat down with us. He's like, you guys been here before? I was like, yeah, I've been here a few times. He goes, oh, okay. He goes, I was here for this and this and this and this. And I was like, okay. And Billy's like, I gotta shut the fuck up. I was like, no. And then by the time he fucking shut up, he was just
he probably went
dozing off, dude.
Went and took a fucking railer.
And I saw that guy leaving, the guy from the staff, and I was gonna ask him. There's so many people trying to get out. I was gonna be like, hey, what's going on with that guy? But it was so weird, dude.
Drugs, man.
In my shoulders.
Fucking drugs, man. But how old do you think this guy was?
He looked to be 25, 26.
Yeah.
Latino looking fella.
Just like, still here? Still here?
He was,
that sucks.
But Natasha was kind of, I mean, this is the first time I've seen her. And you can tell it was different. I don't know if because she was trying some stuff or that's how she does things. But then she like started bringing people on stage and like asking them some questions. And it was funny, but I was like, it's kind of different. Not bad, but just different. But Trey obviously killed it. I'm drinking dairy, so my throat's fucked up.
Drinking another milkshake, huh?
Another milkshake that brings all the boys to the yard. Yeah. But
that one looks a little bit more caramely than the last one you had. Last one was pretty white. A lot of whipped cream.
Nope. Not. It's just this time I haven't pushed it down so it's still on the top, but they put like this much. It was like,
Oh.
yeah, that's what I like.
Oh.
But
Dairy fuck you up?
yeah.
Does it? But you don't care, huh?
Well,
fuck's
well,
given?
here's the thing that I
You're like the drug
from
addict.
here
to
I
wise
go.
Guys. You're like, I don't give a fuck.
From here I'll go home so I could just repass my second. Actually, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop at the hospital before I go home. And maybe even the mall. I want to get done with
Oh, Christmas shopping, huh?
Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be nice.
Speaking
We'd
of,
like to start that, but I don't have the money to give my kids fucking Christmas right now, so.
speaking of Christmas shopping, I got myself a present, didn't I?
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So is that your Christmas? That's your official Christmas?
No, I'll give me something else.
Of course you will. Of course you will. Yeah, of course you will. You see why this works for you, though, right?
What?
This. You see why this works for you? You're like, it's just me. It's just me, right?
What do you mean?
You're like, I'm like, oh, you got yourself. Well, I'll give me another Christmas. I'm like, oh, you're my teenage daughter, motherfucker, right?
This whole time I've been thinking I might get me the new iPhone. Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
If you go through us, like you can get it for cheaper.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
You won't go through like
say less.
you have to pay for it.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
But you get it for a substantial price.
Nice.
So before you go headed to the fucking local, who are you through, like Verizon or whatever? Before you go head with them, like,
And the
I'll
only
get you in contact with our gal.
the only reason it even popped in my head is because I got an email saying, "Oh, for Christmas, get the iPhone
Yeah, of course. 'cause
26 or whatever it is."
Yours
And I was
just got paid off, right?
like, no, not even close. But I'm like, and that's what I don't know, because I know friends that we used to work with in Company One. There was this young
OG.
welder, right? And he said, "Oh, every time this new phone is out, I go and get it." I was like, "Aren't you accumulating like all those phones that you haven't paid for?" I don't know if it pays for him, because he's a welder. He's making good money.
Yeah, paid for it in one day.
So I don't know if that's what he does, but he says, "Oh yeah, every time." And he told me like you can do it with the insurance or whatever. And I was like, I don't understand.
No, I have a phone that I've had I'm going on 3 years with the same phone, my personal phone, because I refuse. Works just fine. I refuse to go down and bite the bullet again.
Yeah.
Like, again, I just paid for the fucking thing. Right?
I know, I think
my problem, I get one, I have to get two.
Yeah.
I'm just getting to buy one.
Yeah.
And now I have another one on my fucking plan. You don't get one, you get two, you get three, motherfucker.
It sucks to
Now
be
you
you.
just accumulate it. Phones are $1,000.
Yeah.
$3,000? No. Come on, man. I'm ready for flip phones.
Yeah, the last time I got this was when I got divorced 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So I've been with that one for a hot second. And again, there's nothing wrong with it. So, how do you like this new upgrade? Sucks, huh?
That sucks. Sucks. I don't like the. Have you shared a contact yet?
Yeah.
Pisses me off.
Yeah.
Pisses me off.
Yeah.
I get why it pops up. That second screen pops up,
Mm-hmm.
so like you can just share one of the contacts
Yeah.
instead of all of it. But it pisses me off. I'm like,
Yeah, I think
don't ask me another question.
It asks you, like, you want to share the name,
and
the
if you
number,
have
and the
numbers,
email.
Yeah, and I'm.
Like, why the fuck would I?
God damn it. Because in business, you're like,
Yeah,
well,
true.
of course I'm going to share
True.
everything,
True.
right?
True.
Right.
But I usually just.
You know what's funny is we work with a guy, and he has a tendency to put photos on people's contacts. Like if this guy reminds me of so-and-so, I'm going to put his photo on there.
Yeah.
And they're not quite, let's just say like if he
Professional.
has me on there, like it's not like you're going to get a picture of Justin Timberlake. You're going to get a picture of Pee Wee Herman or something like that. Right?
Macklemore, yeah.
And so you got to be careful
Yeah.
because when he shares contacts, it comes up with that
the
photo, right? And I have a few of them in my phone that I have saved. He has sent me. Just for example, there's a contract, and it doesn't matter what we say. There's a subcontractor we've worked with, and he still works with our company.
Yeah.
and he has this Latin fella. He has a tendency to, when he's talking, he goes,
Okay.
like, yo, now we're going to come over here, and then we're going to remove this one, then we'll come over here, and we'll take this one. And Travis is all, what the fuck is that guy doing? Right? And so when he shared me his fucking contact, there was a picture of fucking Al Pacino as Scarface and all the cocaine on the fucking desk. No.
I do know.
So you got to be careful when you do that, by the way.
I do notice that nowadays, like some of the employees would text me, and as I'm text back, if they got an iPhone, obviously, and then they did the upgrade, and they put a picture on it, then you get to see that picture. Yeah. So there was some people texting me, and I'm like, oh, that's how you look without a hard hat and sunglasses and everything. I was like, oh, okay.
Or that emoji, like they've made their own, what they think they look like. That comes through.
Yeah.
Like, well, you look nothing like that, right? Right? You look nothing like that, right?
It could be worse. Dude. One of the guys you work with, son could be FaceTiming you. This toddler guy, this toddler kid. I'm like, what? And I thought it was there. I thought he did it for him. And the kid's looking at me. Like, what the fuck? He was probably, I don't know how old he was. He was
Not very old.
A toddler.
Toddler, right?
And he's like looking at the phone. And he's like, "What the fuck is this guy?" And I'm looking at the phone. I'm like, "What the fuck is your dad?" This is not funny anymore. And I hear his voice in the other room. I'm like, "Oh, the kid dialed me."
Because you're one of the top. Like,
that's true. There's only
like
one above me.
Yeah, there's not many above. I have a few in mine, but I have 500 and something contacts. My phone. There's not very many above you, so it's probably pretty easy once you hit phone and contacts. You're just right there. So, yo, let's talk about your present you bought for yourself. Do you want to talk about it? Do you dare talk about that? Or are you uncomfortable about talking about that? So on Friday we had a slow day. Now I've been weather, there wasn't much going on Monday. Like everything was done an hour as soon as we got there, right? And everybody kind of dipped out. And it's just how it is this time of the year. I have been working on this for how long? Since we've been doing this, right? Right?
We've talked about it forever.
And it was like, yeah. Well, I'll get around it. And then as we went to do it, you kind of gave me the breakdown on why you kind of held off, which I understand. Like it made sense once you kind of gave me the whole, well, this, but you finally pulled the trigger.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Before I let you,
that just came out. I didn't even.
You realize when I say
Yeah, I didn't even.
Well, you can see the forest through the trees, right?
It's my new favorite scene.
Justin has been saying that every fucking day in the office. No, but I'll let you continue. But this is how you. So we've been talking about this forever, right? Me getting a gun. You came into my office on Wednesday, and all you said to me, like you walked in, and your face was like that face that you do, and I'm like, oh shit, like what did I do? You sat on my desk, and you're like, you need to get a gun. And I'm like, that's all you came in here for? And then you started telling me why and all the stuff that you've heard. I was like, all right, let's do it now. Continue.
Yeah, if anybody, you want to get this shit scared out of you.
Yeah.
Go listen to Joe Rogan and Tim Kennedy. Tim Kennedy, obviously former Strike Force champion, former UFC contender, Green Beret, the elite of elite. He does a lot of contractor jobs for the military.
A man's man.
He is he knows. He talks about he's been to war and back multiple times.
Yeah.
He's been the guy that they call to do those late night
talk shows?
No, the fucking
Missions.
the shit they make movies over, right?
Yeah.
That kind of shit. He's that fucking guy, and I have no reason not to believe him because he's obviously very involved in the military world, and when we talk about terrorists and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not here to say we're going to go out looking for fucking terrorists.
Yeah.
Because that's not the only reason that you would want to protect you and your family. Because at the end of the day, there's people out there that want to cause you harm, unfortunately. There's no reason why in a beautiful state like Utah, we're allowed to protect ourselves at all time. I want to look up the number, but he says you would be shocked to see the number of people that are on the FBI and Homeland Security watch list who have crossed into the border into the United States. They're here. They know they're here. They've highlighted organizations within the United States that are possible terrorist threat organizations. I mean, obviously you can't just go in and bust a bunch of guys because you think they're bad. You have to wait for them to do something bad, unfortunately, right? But and I quote, he says this, he's like, it's going to be a bad year for the United States, unfortunately. So, and you know me, I've carried a gun for many years now. My wife carries a gun, you know, not to be a badass, but protect yourself and your family and hopefully, if in harm's way, the people of your community.
Yeah.
So we got you a pretty sweet little carry gun. We won't get into all of that, but I was a little disappointed because I wanted you to try them all on. Like, I'm like, let's show him this one.
Oh,
like,
okay.
what do you think? You're like, I like this one. This one's the one. I'm like, oh, okay, well.
But that's what I'm saying. But you should have said it. Well, hey,
I showed you multiple ones.
Yeah, but now that's my first one, right?
Yeah, I get you. I get you. But so when you go car shopping, you just, I like the look of that one.
No, but I just didn't know. I mean, I don't know that much of it, so I kind of obviously I'm not.
Did you get home and play with it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I told you to now that I live alone, and you know I'll be responsible, right? It won't be loaded or anything, but I'll pretend that there's something going on in the house.
You load that.
No, I'm saying I'll pretend that there's
when you're playing in the house?
Yeah, dude, there's something in the house. I'm like, I put duct tape in a table and just get it.
And you're watching a podcast, you can pull a cereal.
Yeah,
you're pretending
dude.
somebody's talking to you, and you're just holding the gun. Yo, how's your mother? Good.
But I'm excited.
Do you see yourself buying another one?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So we need to take it out.
Yeah.
Especially before it like snows. Need to take it out and go test drive it. See how you like it.
We got ourselves some bullets too.
See how she performs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told Dan about it. He says, "Hey, guess what I just did?" He goes, "What?" He goes, "I bought me my first gun." He says, "Nice, dude." He's like, "Nice." He said, "What you get?" And I'm like, "Oh, I got this and this, you know, small enough so I can carry my puss." And he's like, "Small or big, don't matter. They're all fun." I was like, "Nice, dude." Those are my guys. Like, you know what I mean? That's nice.
Yeah, it's the perfect gun. I went a little overboard. That's a little overboard, right? That's a little overboard, right? But
and then I bought that thing you sent me, the holster.
oh, you did buy it
Instantly. Oh yeah, it should be here tomorrow.
Nice.
No, but I texted my sister because my sister, she's a gun owner, and I say you have a gun, don't you?
She lives in AZ now, and so they're the same way.
Yeah. So I said, and I think she got it when she was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, with her ex-husband. And so I said, "Hey, you have a gun, don't you?" And she goes, "Yeah, I've had it for years." And I say, I'm like, "Did Mom say anything to you?" Because it's not common for us, right? In our family, there's a lot of hunting,
Yeah.
but not necessarily like protection guns, right? And I'm not.
Really?
I'm not even sure that you need a license to go hunt in Mexico.
Mexico?
You just go to the, you just see the forest through the trees and
Just go
fucking
shoot
shoot.
something. Now you're not killing anything with that.
Oh no.
I hope you know that you're not taking that and you're like,
I'm just
remember that
slowing
big
him
elk?
down.
That big elk we saw? You're not going to go kill one of those with what you have.
He's probably just gonna be one of those.
Now, remember those big, long, tall guns that I was showing you that I
Yeah.
was drooling over? Yeah, you get one of those with those.
Decimate one of these motherfuckers. Huh? No, but I said, what did mom say? And she was like, I don't think she care.
No.
My mom is kind of like, she's kind of adjusted to our new life, right? So then I went to have breakfast with
She's successful. Of course
successful. And so I went to have breakfast with them, and I had my little brother, my mom, and, and her husband. I said, "Guess what, mom?" No, I'm just kidding. No, I said, "Hey, guess." I said, "Guess what I did?" And my mom was so. Just like you pierced your dick or something, whatever. Just all this stuff.
Because it's never like I went and fed the homeless yesterday, right?
Especially coming from me.
Yeah, that's what I was
like every
gonna
time
say,
I
like-
did this, my mom is like, "Ugh, another fucking tattoo." Or,
Like if your sister comes, she's like, guess what I did? And your mom's
you're
like,
like-
oh, she's excited to hear about it. When Angel says it, she's like, I better sit down.
Just like he tells my little brother, David, go upstairs.
Plug your ears.
I said, Mom, since you know 95% of my life, she goes, okay. I'm like, I bought me a gun. And she saw, oh. And then they were like, you want some mayo with us? I'm like, there was like nothing, dude. We're like, and I'm like, nice.
It's the new world, man.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited for you to take it out.
Yeah.
Well, and because I have some, I mean, sitting on
You're
a landmine.
set, right?
Like
You're
I'm sitting
set.
on a landmine. I'm like, don't bring your bullets. I got you
You're
covered,
waiting, right?
So we'll go out and we'll fire it off. We'll bring some of the others.
Nice. That's it. Then my sister started treating me like I'm a bitch. She's like, oh, you love it. I'm like, well, it's not the first time I shoot a gun. This is the first time I own one. And she was okay.
With Quinn, was that the first time you shot a gun?
No, like I've shot guns in Mexico. For like Independence Day and shit. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, of course they were made out of a piece of pipe.
You know, like on a
fucking hammer that you hit the fucking douche.
we're like, woo! They like,
musket. Put a powder in there.
dude, how about I just look at your shoes. How about I went to like I say, went to Natasha Leggero last night. It was raining. So then I came here. I parked here.
Oh, you walked?
Yeah. But it's not the fact that my shoes got wet and I was wearing my threes, my Elefantes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it's not the fact that it was raining. It's the fact that
I didn't know you had a pair of threes.
yeah,
Really?
the ones that Joe Coy has on his. Those the threes?
The three.
Yeah, the threes.
Well, I've seen the ones in the Elefantes, but I didn't know that you had a set of threes.
Yeah. I brought him
You
here.
like threes?
Yeah.
Do you? How many pairs?
Do I like him? I only have one.
Just the one.
Yeah. I changed my mind on the. Remember, there was one coming out yesterday with like the green splash on it. I was like,
Hard to match that outfit.
yeah.
Anyway.
It is. I mean, but anyway, so I was wearing those.
But they're leather though.
'Cause
So
they-
not they're the white kind of. They're not like it's a suede shoe, so it's not that bad.
I know. But that's what I'm saying. It's not the fact that it was raining. It's the fact that this road over here
Under
with the
construction.
complex is under construction. So as I went and I walked, I'm like, oh, this is muddy. But I didn't think anything of it. And then coming back, as we walk into the building, Billy was like, oh, look at your shoes.
Don't you have some shoe cleaner?
They were covered in mud. I do.
Don't have some trick how to do it. Get you a small bowl, water, a fucking little water.
Hot water? No. don't
Just
matter.
like lukewarm room temperature water, right? A couple really
Squeezes?
hefty squeezes in there. And obviously brush it out, let it dry, let the mud dry, brush it off real quick with like a rag. And then I take a wet rag, just a damp rag. I wipe the shoe down real quick and then dip that brush and then go to town on it.
Now, this is for every shoe?
Oh, I clean my shoes religiously.
No, but it's like that set that you gave me is for all my shoes, whether they're suede or plastic.
The only
or
difference
leather.
you have to do with the suede shoe is you don't want to get it overly saturated. I fucking my wife's. Are you watching another fucking video about washing shoes? I'm like, yeah, I am.
Leave me alone.
Don't get it overly saturated. So that's why you just take the brush, dip it in there, and then don't press hard. Don't scrub back and forth, circles, right? On the soles, you can scrub it kind of hard, and then if it's suede. Obviously, you wipe it. When you're done, you wipe it with a rag. Let it dry, and then take that brush again. If you have a softer brush, it's even like a hair bristle, like a horsehair bristle one, a softer one, and then go over the suede again, or it turns out crusty. And if you leave it crusty, it ruins this fucking suede. So I want you to wash it, let it dry, and then go back over it, and then it'll bring out that plush back again on the fucking suede. But like these... You can wash the fuck out of these. Like those, because they're canvas, you can wash the fuck out of those and never worry about getting them oversaturated. The only thing you have to worry about is some of those really dark, like blues and reds, the color will bleed. So you got to be really careful. So if you have like white suede and then like a blue or a red color on a shoe, you don't want to. I probably
shouldn't wash my my pro skates. Huh? All the color's gonna come off.
Just be careful when you do it. Again, don't get it oversaturated.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can still clean those. I charge if you want to clean shoes.
Just bring them to the office. Like, when can I get these stuff?
I'm not podcasting anymore. I don't have all the time in the world on Thursday.
Yeah, so this is it, dude, huh? That's it. Any final words?
Are you done with me?
You're like, peace. Well, you said this is the last one.
No, I'm just saying, are you done with me right now?
No. We still got another, half hour?
Yeah. No, it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. It's, again, we've talked about it for a few months.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not a huge surprise, I don't think. I hope it's not to you.
No.
But I just got a lot going on right now. And quite honestly, I just burned out.
Yeah.
I'm just burned out of the whole podcast thing. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the people I've met. Some I fucking will continue a relationship forever. Some I probably will never fucking talk to again and probably won't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But it's been fun. It's been fun. I wouldn't say I was the most I wasn't the most popular guy, but I feel like I did that to myself. I was very reserved within the podcast realm.
I don't think we were. Neither of us were. Otherwise, we wouldn't be leaving. I mean, it's not we wouldn't be leaving, but like we would be more successful. We just put ourselves out there more, I think.
Yeah, and again, I didn't. You know what? When I think about it, I don't want to be famous. And I'm not saying that this is going to make you famous, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But to put myself out there, hey guys, it's Justin from the other side of the Beehive. You know, I'm just getting ready to eat dinner. You know how we do it. I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy. And I think that there's a point, if you want to be a powerhouse in this, then you have to do that.
Yeah.
You have to bite the bullet and you have to put yourself out there like that. And I'm just not that guy.
Yeah.
Like, this has always been a struggle for me to open up on this podcast, but it was easier because it was a shut door. I imagine there's nobody here and I'm just bullshitting with my best friends, right? So that's what made it easier. But that's why I never listen to myself anymore. I listened to the first 30 or 40 podcasts we did. Mm-hmm. I've never listened to another one since then. I've listened to the ones that you guys do when I might not be here, but I seriously, after like 30, I says, I've never listened to another one.
You're not a fan of yourself?
No, not at all, right? I mean, everybody's like, why? I'm like, well, I was there.
Yeah.
Like, I know what I said. Like, it's even hard for me to sometimes watch those clips, but you clip them so well that you know the funny parts, that's what we're picking out of them.
Yeah.
It's not like we're picking out the down times and the sad times or the shitty conversation. So those are okay, but yeah, I never wanted the attention. And I hindered this podcast at it. I truly feel like that I put a bar, because you always used to tell me, well, we should do a skit, we should do something to get ourselves out there, we should do something different. And I was just like, I just want to sit down and just bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
So and I
always
felt bad about
you want to
it.
be rich, not famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that too much to ask for?
Isn't that? It's. I mean, that's like one of the things that I've seen on like social media. I think, if I may be mistaken, but I think Jim Carrey said it once. Is ask somebody if they would like to be rich and not famous, and the majority would say, "Yeah, I want to be well off and not be known."
Yeah.
And I get it.
And I'm not saying we were known, but again, I wasn't about to fucking, wake up in the morning and say, this is how I start my day. My life is not that interesting. It's not.
Well, it's gonna start being, dude. You're gonna take your kids to jiu-jitsu and shit, and
Yeah, I have a lot that I want to do, It's not like this took a lot of time out of my life. Everybody's like, well, you're only there a couple hours. I get that again, but that's all I was putting into it. And I feel like that you can put so much more into it to make this successful and make this actual the monster it could be. And I'm excited to see what you do with it, with me not hanging on your back anymore. I think that you can really turn this into something special. But don't forget we work. You have to go to work tomorrow, so just remember that. So
no, I think I've decided to. I mean, nothing's written in stone, but I think this will stay the way it is till the end of the year, and then we'll come out with something new. I was speaking with one of our peers, and I won't say his name, but he has a sports podcast, and he said, he was like, I've heard both things. I've heard, well, keep what you got because you already got the following. Yeah, but the following that we have, they follow this. And if for some reason I want to turn around and have a serious podcast or a serious episode, then I don't want them to think, oh, what the fuck is this? This used to be cool. No, it's not.
you don't think that we've had serious moments on here?
Yeah, for
And it's
sure.
still-
But we go back to normal. We go, not normal, but we go back to dick and fart jokes, and we go back and we thrive in like bringing our friends and podcasting and sitting down and bullshitting with our friends. That's why we never wanted headphones. That's why we never wanted, nothing to be so tied up to the fact that you're doing an episode of the podcast. You're just basically just coming here to hang out. But I have a list of names of people that I would like to sit down with, but I never asked because I never thought that this was the platform they would like to be in. See what I'm saying? Because this already has a stigma of like, we're here to fuck around and have fun. And if I was going to bring, somebody that we obviously did very important, serious episodes, but I don't know, talking to Will and then Bailey was kind of like, I mean, if you start your own thing, then you know that, oh, this is coming. Now we're going to Angel's world instead of going to Angel's and Justin's world when it comes to, being friends for so long and working together and going through thick and thin. So now we're following Angel and he was like, whoever follows you, they're gonna follow you no matter what.
Yeah.
And if they don't, then so be it. They were fans of the Beehive. So I think I'll just keep this. And then in fact I'm gonna try to get the episodes that we need to finish the month. That way I can start working on the room. And I still have the time to come out with, we have a name, right? Like I have a name, come out with a logo and talk to Jack and see if they need if we can do another intro and go see Chance in the hospital. Like, Chance, can you say that again? Yeah. Trying to record it.
I mean, you got to keep it, right?
Oh yeah. But that's the plan so far.
Due to the ignorance of our host.
Yeah.
Not hosts.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. Remember how I had the I had the idea at one time that Keith should do our intro.
Yeah.
And we asked him, and he's like, "Yeah, for sure, I'll do it." And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" But again, I think Keith would drive. Having Keith do it will work for this.
Yeah.
Like I say, if I'm trying to do something serious, and it's not serious, I want to have it all. I want to sit down with friends and bullshit, and I also want to sit down with
politicians and shit.
Politicians, and I tell you why though. One person that has said yes, and I'm actually looking forward to sit down with is my my cardiologist.
Oh.
I asked him. I says, "Hey, if I ever have," and he was like, "Absolutely. There's no better way to send out information than just sitting down on a podcast."
Yeah, I can't have you now with the other guy.
Like, no, not now.
I don't need you to expel like how bad this really is. Like, right?
I don't need you to come to this show.
Well, do I need to post for another assistant here? Sure. He's like, well, I wouldn't get rid of the boasting yet. Maybe just suspend it for a little bit, right? Fuck. I sat down. At work, we had a individual get injured.
Oh yeah,
and we have to, as a company policy, that there's 2 managers that need to assist these individuals when we take them and make sure that everything's okay, make sure they're getting the care that they need. It's serious when somebody gets hurt at work, and we take it so fucking serious. So we take them down, we get them sat down, we get them with the doctor, we kind of figure it out. And I look over on the wall, and there's all these folders. And there's like vaccination, and it's like information. And right at the top, fucking hypertension. I'm like, oh.
Shout out to Inch.
my fucking phone rings. I'm like, hey, must be reading my mind. Well, it's been fun.
Yeah.
It's been fun. Who knows what the future brings?
Yeah.
I need to take a hiatus from the podcast. I've got some things in my life that I need to to focus on right now 100%. And again, I always said, unless I can give this 100%, that will be the day where I say I can't, and it's time to dip out, right? I always said when everybody said they'd just stop listening to it, and we didn't get views, but that just never went. I would wake up every morning like, this is it. This is the day when there's no motherfucker. Somebody's already been listening to it. So, to the people that have followed us since the day we did this in my house on a Sunday morning, I mean, let's be real. We're not far off of 5 years.
Yeah.
In March. We're tapping on the door of 4 months shy of 5 years, and it's. I can't thank those enough that tune in every Monday or wherever you listen to your podcast or watch your podcast and hit us up and tell us what you like. And I've had a lot of people reach out to me, say, really, it's over? You're done? No, you're just fucking around. This is a running joke. Like, remember when you had the pod beef, right? Like, this is just part of it. I was like, no, this is
just too early for
my buddy
April's Fools.
My buddy T World's all, you got to do it in your basement. You got to do the last episode in your basement. I'm like, well, we're living in that room right now, and unless Angel wants to sit on my bed and do the podcast, that doesn't work right now, right? So,
but overall, we did it on a Sunday. That's how we started.
Yeah, we did it. That's why we started it. This is where we're gonna end it.
This is Sunday
the fucking 3rd, right?
At 9:45 a.m. At this point, 4 years ago, we were still setting up in your house, putting that table, 2 chairs. Yeah, of course. I mean, overall, we've had a blast doing this.
Yeah.
You know, we sat down with some amazing people. Some of them became friends.
Some of them came here. We never saw them again.
Yeah.
But that's to be expected. But I think the majority of the people that came on this podcast, we stayed friends with.
Mm-hmm.
We brought a lot of our friends.
Yeah.
Again, we had a lot of people like Dre. Dre will never not be in my life.
Dre was Dre came here when he was busting nuts and Gatorade bottles. Now look at him now. He's running for fucking senator or some shit. He's so busy. The guy can't even pick up his phone.
Will. Will's another one.
When we met Will, he had hair. And he was a lot shorter.
The 801 boys, I know we break their balls, but they're a bunch of stand-up guys. I really enjoyed.
And then the beans and rice.
I don't have anything.
And then the salties. And then...
No, they were fun. They were fun. You couldn't get word in.
Yeah, for sure.
Otherwise, and I couldn't stay on track with the conversation, but they were fun. It was fun. It was fun.
Who else? So like how we were saying in the morning when we started, Becca's not it's done, or at least so far. Hard Talks, the Salties, Quinn is just doing a stopping and resting for a minute. So, and yet I ask every single one of them, they're not ready to sell, but hey, they're not doing it anymore.
Not ready to sell.
Yeah, they're fucking
equipment wise.
I'm like, hey, do you want to? No. I'm like, okay. Well,
that's
it's
good.
been months.
That's good though, because maybe they, take a break and maybe they get that passion for it. And who knows? Maybe one day I'll be like, should I pull the sign out? Should I pull the sign out?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I mean, you just never know, but
yeah, because that's another thing that I see is like, even if I was gonna take on this adventure and do my own thing, it's our baby.
a phone call away at the end of the day.
For sure. And fuck, who knows?
Remember you follow this is one of my favorite bands has been like drifting out for years now.
Yeah.
They went through a phase where they went through a couple different people in the band. And then all of a sudden they were like, they don't post for 6 years. And then all of a sudden I get a post alert.
You mean NSYNC, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Backstreet Boys. Excuse me. Who are we kidding? Right?
Who are we kidding? Backstreet Boys never broke up.
Who are we kidding? I'll just be honest. One Direction. But they're like, news to come. And they've, the majority of the originals have come back and they've played a couple of shows and it's just been fucking outstanding. So it's like that old itch comes back, but who knows, right? But it is ours, right?
Yeah.
Somebody asked me, do you guys have the rights? I'm like, no, we never made a cent off this motherfucker. In order to fucking, do we own this thing? It's not like Sony Music's going to say, hey, we own your podcast, right, bud? It's gone now, right?
We own the name.
So, but I do have something exciting coming down the pipeline. I'm starting a podcast with an Asian fella.
Nice.
Not a brown fella,
It's called The Other Side of the Ninja. No, but I think it's fair to say whatever it is that I do or whatever setup I end up with, obviously you want to hang out, we're more than welcome to hang out and do it. And I think people will be stoked to hear that shit again. Like if we go for months and not do it, and then all of a sudden, and like one episode's you and me again, it'd be fucking, I think it'd be hilarious. But yeah, I just came up with this because you know how we talk about maybe I'll just keep going, maybe I'll just keep doing this. Just like last night, as I'm walking with Billy and I'm walking towards Wise Guys, I'm like, maybe I'll just do this till the end of the year, close it or put it to rest for a sec. Maybe we'll see, and then just start fresh. So we'll see. Anyway, I don't know how long we've been going for.
I think we're probably, I mean, I don't think we're quite there yet, but
We're 55 minutes.
we got a little bit of time. Hey, how, and I know you can relate to this. So I bought a pair of kicks.
Mm-hmm.
They showed up. This was my Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
It's my Christmas, right? I'm like, oh, snap. You know, she's like, hey, yes, more shoes showed up at the door. They're downstairs. I'm like, oh, fuck, now you're just telling me? I've been home for hours, right? I go downstairs, fucking grab the box. Like, yeah. Open the box up. Open them up, I'm all. There's only 3/4 of the shoe here. I pick it up. It was like... So I look on the side of the box. Like, I look inside it. I'm like, are these 8.5s in like Koreans? Yeah, because I'm at 8.5 and 9. I'm more comfortable in 9. 9s are hard to find.
Yeah.
8.5s are pretty easy to find, right? But like, what the fuck, man? But there's nothing that tells me any different. It says the size on the fucking on the little tag, the little Nike fucking. So I'm like, grab my fucking phone, scrolling down there. I click on the thing. 8.5 women.
Yes.
8.5 women. Right? So you would think when you buy something, like you're like 100% sure, like that's it. Like you get the right one. Like, cause it's important that you pick the shoe and then you pick the right size and then you go through the thing. It even says, hey, want to review your order, right? And you think you would figure that out, right? But no. As stupid as we are.
Yeah, the last pair of shoes that I bought, I bought the wrong, for a present, the wrong size. It's like, God damn it. I did 10.5 in women instead of fucking. I was like, well, it's a big bitch. But then I bought them off of StockX, so it's not like I can. And I got a hold of IT and everything, and IT is like, well,
you can sell them.
I can resell them. Obviously, I'm not gonna get what I paid for, but they were like, well, we don't know the sellers, just like the sellers don't know the buyers,
right?
So it's you're on your own.
Right.
I was like, fuck.
Isn't there sneaker stores around here you can take them to?
So I don't know if I gotta talk to our friend George, because I don't know if I can go and return something that I bought from StockX to Nike.
I don't think you can. Yeah, I don't think you can because they buy it directly, and it's like you're the third party at this point. But there's shoe stores around here that they're new. And they're in the original box, right?
Oh, yeah.
You should be able to sell them now. You're not going to get what you paid for,
Yeah.
but you'll get close. They need to get their beak wet, right?
Yeah.
But I know there's shoe stores around here. I follow this fucking guy. He has this YouTube channel where he just has a camera, and it just shows him at the fucking, and people always come up and fucking sell shoes, and they're like, I want this, this, and this. And he's like a shoe fucking whiz. Like he knows everything, knows exactly what they are. He's like, well, this is not the original box it comes in, so I can't really take these ones. He says, but I'll take these ones and I'll give you this. And like he looks
The best
up,
I can do is this.
He looks at it's exactly what he says. He's like, he looks at the StockX prices and goats. He's like, well, I can give you this. And it blows me away what shoes go for. Like you pick up a pair of shoes for some of the Off-Whites or whatever you get, the Travis Scotts, and you buy them from Nike for $200, and then you sell them for $1,500. It blows me the fuck away.
Yeah,
what else is like that?
Yeah, if everything else is backwards, right? As soon as you buy it off the lot and loses, or like a car or a motorcycle.
I think the only difference would be like if you buy an allocated vehicle, there's rules that say you can't flip it. But like if I want a brand new Porsche, I can't just go and buy me a brand new Porsche. I'm not on that list. But I can buy a Porsche from somebody that had it allocated that's sitting on it, and I'm going to pay triple the price for it. Ferraris is like the biggest example of that. Like But to get on that list, it's like a trusted list that you're not allowed to just buy it and flip it.
Yeah.
Like you've got to have it for a certain amount of time. You've got to be in some certain kind of class in order to flip a car like that, because they don't want people to destroy the market. So if you can afford it, that's great. You have $280,000, you'll buy it. But if you're not, then you're going to spend $480,000 to buy this car. But I can't think of anything else that's like that. As soon as you buy it, you can turn around and flip it and triple your money.
Yeah. Houses?
You got to fix them. It's market value, right? You can get a house for a smoking deal from somebody you may know, or some inn, or
Some
just
DJ
right place
or
at the
something,
right time. But it's not like it's on a daily basis, right?
Yeah.
Like somebody that watches those, that knows what they're shopping for. And I don't know, just weird. What else is like that?
Now that I say that, when you say, who do you get it? You get it from a killer deal, and I say from a DJ. Well, obviously, I'm not comfortable saying people's jokes, but Natasha Leggero was talking about her baby. He's like, I think that if I help raise her, right, and make sure that she doesn't grow up to be a predator, a pedophile, a rapist, or a DJ, I'm okay. And obviously, I'm sitting with fucking Mr. Dre Reka's fucking the #1 Queef Raka. It's cousin. And I bump it. I'm like, you know, dude.
That's funny.
Now, should we get out of here? You don't want. You don't want to go?
No, we can. I got a lot to do. I have to cook breakfast. The family's waiting on me to cook breakfast for them. They're all just relaxing, wiping the sleep from their eyes in their nice warm beds. I'm sure the kids are up.
Yeah, your
watching
wife is like, kids, today we get your dad back.
It's like they just cured cancer.
Like, that's not leaving anymore. No more. You'll get him on Thursdays now, too.
Well, it worked out because it was Fridays, and Fridays was the one. It's like, hey, motherfucker, you're fucking up our Friday,
Yeah.
right? I'm like, well, we moved to Thursdays. So Thursdays worked good because it was just for us. It worked for guests pretty well.
Yeah.
And it wasn't wasn't necessarily that. It was I just felt bad because I wasn't 100% bought into it, and it's not fair. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to the people that have followed this podcast. So I'll just say fuck it, leave.
All right. So ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Okay, for the last time, episode 254.
Is it 4?
Yeah. It's been your weekly boys from the other side of the Beehive. You can catch me on Angel Severa on Instagram, Angel Severa on Facebook. That's my last name, CERVERA.
You can find me on the gram. Lord_long_balls with a Z.
It still hasn't changed.
Still won't change it. I think it's just stuck now, like to the side of your leg.
Yeah.
That's where I'll be. Follow this man, whatever he does, is going to be being amazing. And if you need anything from me, I'm always here. Just don't ask me to record on fucking Sunday morning.
I need you to hold my next sign.
So, but no, I'm good. It's been a blast, brother.
Yeah. Good job. Until next time, take care. Until next time?
How about he'll see you next time?
If we do this again, we will see you on the other side of the Beehive.
Peace.